Thanks for what you do with your podcast and all the rest. You're doing a great job. Hope everybody keeps tuning in. You get a lot of good info, a lot of insights, understandings of how to get strong, how to stay strong, how to use your strength.
You do a great job, dude. You make things better than they are in real life, I think.
If you don't follow Massenomics, y'all do it. Social media, website, everything.
Massenomics.
Yeah.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 278 of the Massenomics podcast, the lifting podcast about nothing. Recorded live from Western Northeast South Dakota. My name is Tanner.
And my name is Tommy.
278. I had to think again for a second on the number on that one, but 278 I think is right here. Hard to believe.
I think that sounds right.
There again, I think maybe I said this last week, but some hot weather we've been having, huh?
Danner, it's not the heat, it's the humidity. That's what gets you.
I think it's like the combination, really.
No, it's just the humidity. Just the humidity.
Straight up the humidity.
Yep, that's what I heard.
It hasn't been a dry heat, though, has it? It's been a pretty wicked heat. And also, how about those Olympics? Have you been keeping up on the Olympics?
I have, and actually, we should probably read an ad before we get carried away on the
Good
Olympics.
idea. Good, very good idea. Today's episode is brought to you by Hybrid Performance Method. Hybrid Performance Method is your solution to strength. No BS training, nutrition, and education for a hybrid athlete. Make sure to check out Hybrid's Training and Strength Coach app. The Hybrid Strength Coach app is here, and it's stacked with the most popular hybrid training programs, coaching videos, exercise demonstrations, and instructional images to ensure your technique is on point. World-class training programs designed by the greatest mind in the strength, delivered straight to your mobile device. The Hybrid Strength Coach app sets a new standard for the industry, providing a streamlined platform for athletes of all backgrounds and putting the power of the strongest team in your hands. The Hybrid Strength Coach program includes access to program-specific private Discord communities for live access to real-time feedback from your hybrid coaches. And when you sign up for any of Hybrid's training, the Strength Coach app, their nutrition, any of that stuff, you can use our discount code, Tommy, that's MASS, M-A-S-S, in all caps. They'll save you 5% for the life of any of those memberships.
I like that.
Sweet deal there. So that's our sponsor. But yeah, the Olympics. Have you been watching any of the Olympics?
So I have been watching, there's a lot of commercials on during the Olympics. I don't know if you've watched much, but it almost feels like I'm watching commercials and then the Olympics are sprinkled in.
That's
actually
like TV in general, but I never watch regular TV, so I'm not used to that.
I think the Olympics might be worse than normal.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And also, like, for watching sporting events, you don't really get to just watch. It feels like everything you're watching is like a condensed version of a sporting event.
True.
Like, it's like almost if you just watch Sports Center and they said, well, this is the basketball game. And you're like, well, I kind of feel like I'm not getting the whole thing.
Right.
Like, that's what it's felt like to me.
Have you watched any of the basketball then?
I've watched some 3-on-3 games.
I
did not know that 3-on-3 was an Olympic sport. Like,
why is it?
That's also half of the Olympics is just like, damn, didn't know that was a sport.
Be like, why is that a sport? Why is 3-on-3 basketball an Olympic sport?
I don't. Is it really popular? Is it really popular overseas? Maybe
it's really popular for fifth graders traveling the country doing. Basketball tournaments.
I did not. I had no idea. Is this the first year of it? Has it existed before? No clue. I don't know.
So I'm questioning the talent pool. Like,
well,
why the best 3-on-3
NBA
or the best 3-on-3 basketball players would still be, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Damian Lillard.
They're not calling up the guys from the early 2000s and one mixtapes and being like, we need you on the 3-on-3.
I'm like, the best 3-on-3 players would be.
You would think, you would certainly think, when
you could make an argument like that there's other teams out there and stuff like that, but no. Like, if you're like, you pick your 3-on-3 team, your life depends on them winning. I'm going to pick whichever three. I'm going to pick Giannis,
LeBron, and Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
And our 3-on-3 team is so tall and big. Like,
like, I'm not going to pick these few guys that play together out in New York. I'm like, no. I'm picking NBA players. Like, you could argue which NBA players, of course, but like, that's my point is I'm like,
that's why I had the conversation with my wife. I'm just like, so does the 3-on-3 team, is this where they bring up college players? Like, are pros in this? And all these things are things you could probably easily Google, but it's funner just to be like, I don't know, and like to speculate and never look into it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's true. I watched a little swimming. Swimming is always interesting in the Olympics.
Swimming is
not interesting in any other time
the
ever.
long races get a little long. The
Oh my God, I didn't realize how long they were. I'm like,
I did not
30 laps. I'm like,
that's too
I'm
much.
checked out.
And then
I was
you don't
expecting
even know
two.
because the lapping starts, or like like it's not a tight race anymore, so you don't even know like who, if this person matters, if you're not paying close attention.
Caught the 1500 meter last night. I think actually just the first part of it, because once I realized
how long
in my mind, I'm like, I don't know, is that up and back a couple times or and then they said like 30. I'm like, oh no, this is not going to be interesting for that long.
Is the 200 is just down back, right? I think
that's
the
probably
pool's
right.
50. I think so.
Okay,
200, like that's a pretty tight race the whole way through.
Yeah,
and like it gets to that is the crazy thing too, is that these are the best swimmers in the world, and it still is within a half second decides like first through fourth.
Like every time,
it still feels like shouldn't there be a bigger gap? But I guess the it's that tight of a pattern of
that. It is weird.
It is crazy that's what it comes down to. But yeah, so some of the swimming, the shorter ones are more exciting. Gymnastics, there's all the I guess a lot of other sports, if your head's not in it, you just have a bad play. Gymnastics, your head's not in it, you just land on your head and die. Is that what happens there? So I guess I'll give her a pass. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I mean, mental health is a pretty serious thing. So like, I think it's tough for anyone besides an individual to judge. But like, you don't know, like
totally. And then
that goes really with health of any kind, to tell you the truth. But like outside of the individual, you don't really know. Like that's the only person that knows what that individual experience is like. So that's
so I give her a pass there. That doesn't bother me at all.
No, I mean that's also not talking about even just her, but any Olympians. I don't think that I'm not owed something by them for them to do something. I'm like, go do a good job if you can. Like, otherwise, like, oh well.
Go do your thing while I'm the most fair weather fan ever could possibly be.
Exactly. Like, you let me down.
Just so you know, I will be entertained for the next 3 minutes, and after that, I won't think about this again.
You let me down. I will have completely forgotten about this next month, but
next event that's going on. So I did catch the triathlon, a little bit of that.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Again, endurance things aren't the most exciting thing to watch.
It's just too long.
Yeah, I've seen a little ping pong highlights here and there. Okay. A little bit of badminton too. Badminton's kind of crazy because that's a way different. The way they play badminton's way different than like when you have that one family reunion every 10 years and people are like kind of swinging their rackets. Like that's
like ping pong though too.
One too. I think one of the most underrated ones is probably men's volleyball.
Oh, I haven't seen that on there, but
it's not even like it's the same sport,
right?
Compared to what you're used to seeing, like at a recreational or even a high school level,
right?
When you have guys that are like 6'8", like slamming, basically NBA type players slamming and jumping at that level,
right?
It's a fast paced game, so that one's always fun too.
I watched part of the Olympic weightlifting on my lunch break.
I haven't caught any of that.
It was the 74 kilogram men, so the USA was CJ Cummings. And I watched them do their snatches and. It's a rising bar. They do rising bar. It's not the round system.
Yeah.
And he was pretty early in it. Like he was the second guy. It was like it was a 145 pound snatch attempt. The first one, he missed it.
How many?
145 kilogram snatch.
Oh, 140 kilo. Okay.
Yeah, kilograms. Yeah. And it was the snatch, the harder of the two, I guess.
So we're talking like 320-ish pounds.
Yeah. And he missed the first one. The second one, there was a question they had to review it. They called it good, but you
can't on his lockout.
Yeah, you can't press it out at all. Your arms need to be just stay in extension, and they kind of ended up giving it to him. And then his third one he missed. So I'm like, damn, that's kind of like not a very fun day. He got 1 of 3, and the one he got was like a review,
even questionable too. Yeah,
and you could tell he was super pissed.
Yeah, damn.
It was like, CJ Cummings. I actually know who that is.
Yeah, and for being in a world that's not that far away from us. Like,
it is still a world away from us.
I was gonna say, it's still like most people be like, it's all the same thing, and it's like, well, no, they're kind of adjacent, but also it is like miles apart.
It is miles apart, and the hush over the crowd when they walk up to the bar, I'm like, that is so weird. Like everyone goes deathly silent, like the backstroke of someone golfing or like tennis.
Like that's how they treat it. Huh?
Yeah, the crowd goes silent.
I never catch weightlifting on TV. I'll have to try and look for it. But
it's
not done.
The biggest thing that stuck out to me is like the silence.
Wow.
And I'm like, boy, that's hard.
Like it seems like a very formal thing.
Yeah. It's way more formal or like etiquette. Like there's this fancy etiquette to Olympic weightlifting.
The prestige. Wow.
Yeah.
So I guess that's week 1 coverage of Massenomics Olympics.
Stay tuned next week for
more really just armchair commentary.
I noticed, like, the other thing I noticed is the bonsai trees sitting behind the people when they talk. Like, who
I haven't been
on NBC.
like with Mike Tirico.
Yeah, behind Mike Tirico, bonsai doesn't your brother have some bonsai trees?
He probably does, yeah.
Those bonsai trees behind him are worth like tens of thousands.
Are they really expensive?
Like bonsai trees like that, like, because they live like someone. I know very little about this,
We'll have to
but
get
from
Kyle on the horn here.
from what I know, my wife actually is very into plants, so she does kind of know about it, and she was explaining it a little bit. And I think
because don't they take a really long time to grow?
like
though?
the size that some of those would presumably take like hundreds of years. But some of those can sell like at auctions for insane amounts of money, and maybe these aren't the particular exactly but that is true for some
the
bonsai
NBC
trees.
bonsais.
Yeah, right.
Wow. Insider
So
tips
stay tuned for more bonsai
I'm
trees.
really watching those bonsais.
Yeah.
Tanner,
Bonsai.
I think we should get into a can here.
Yeah.
And this is
I'm
what's
thirsty.
in the can for sure. I'm going to need you to suit up over there.
Okay. Suit up, Barney Stinson.
So
I know that you don't like the How I Met Your Mother
don't care
reference.
for How I Met Your Mother.
But I do like to pull out the How I Met Your Mother references.
I know you do.
Every time I'm just kind of wishing I could do this over my headphones, and
every time the headphones have to come off.
Nope,
Like if I'm gonna pick my like preferred Neil Patrick Harris, I like to think of him as more of the
Doogie Howser.
No, the White Castle Neil Patrick Harris.
But do you know Doogie Howser?
The genius doctor child.
That is Neil Patrick Harris, isn't it?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So we are doing what's in the can here, Tanner. I'm gonna hand it over to you.
Okay.
I was going to build it up, but you know what?
Skinny.
We're just going to let it see what happens. I will say I've never had this either, so this will be a first for both of us.
It's got a nice crisp crack.
It certainly does. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow. Whoa. Oh, baby. Wow.
It tastes extremely
Flavor
sugary.
City.
Yeah.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say I'm literally licking like drinking the like Fun Dip packets.
Yeah. Man. You know, I'm usually braced for like the subtle
Yeah, you
subtle
got
flavor.
a flavor explosion
Holy crap.
in your face.
I'm trying to just wrap my head around what flavor I would call it other than just like sugar.
Tanner, I'm also going to just let you know right now that there is 0 sugar in this item.
Oh.
Don't know how that's even possible to have a flavor
I don't
like
know
that.
how that is possible. Man, I'm not lying, like describing this to someone, like if you take this blind,
because that was my concern. I was like, damn, does this thing have like just
a pound
can
of
sugar
is it just
in it?
sugar
Yeah.
with a little bit of
just-
water
yeah.
mixed in?
Yeah, no, 0 sugar.
Oh, I don't know. It tastes like a spree or cotton candy, or I don't know what, I guess like fruit punch or tropical punch or cotton candy or like whatever the most sugary flavors are. I don't know what this is. I guess I'll have to look.
Go ahead and take a look, Tanner.
Okay.
Let's hear you break it down for us.
Oh, it's a bang. A bang. Oh, this is a hard seltzer.
Bang has entered the hard seltzer game.
This has alcohol in it.
5% alcohol.
I would not have guessed this had alcohol.
The
in it.
overwhelming sugar flavor is just masked out by the alcohol.
But what is the flavor? Oh,
purple Kittles? What the hell is that? I saw it. I'm
purple
like,
Kittles.
I have to know what a purple Kittle is.
So is it like purple Skittles? Like their way
my
of
best guess. Now when you go back, yeah, it just tastes like straight up candy.
And what is it? 5% alcohol.
5% alcohol.
Like that is just making candy sugar water into booze. Like that.
And the insane part is there's no sugar or caffeine in this thing. Like it's Bang. Bang is just known for caffeine,
Yeah.
I thought.
I mean, if you were like 20 years old,
Oh,
people could just get dangerously ripped
Oh,
out of their
God.
mind on things like this.
like this is alcohol? Alcohol tastes this sweet?
This is candy.
So what do you give this thing, Tanner?
I'm just still also shocked it has alcohol in it. I cannot taste the alcohol.
No. Can't either.
What do I give it?
Like it's almost the regular
It's-
scale almost doesn't even apply to this thing.
I'm gonna say it's not good. I wouldn't necessarily get. I mean,
I
I don't know.
This flavor, I would struggle hard to put
Yeah,
down 2 of these.
yeah.
I can tell you that.
Oh, there is no way in hell I can finish the second one of these.
It's just like it makes my mouth go like it's
Yeah.
so tart. Like
Yeah.
after every.
I give it like a 2.5. I guess I've had worse things, but like this is not up there.
I was
on my
thinking
scale.
right in that 3 range
Yeah.
on the purple Kittles. So and these were imported from Ohio. Big Jake Stanley sent them to us.
Okay.
And apparently they are hard to keep on the shelves, is what the person.
Well, and I can
the
see
store bought
different
it.
flavors. Maybe. And actually, like if you're looking to get ripped and stuff like I could see
This
this being
just might be the
dangerous.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bang is in the game. Bang Mix Hard Seltzer.
Yeah.
Someone can.
That's interesting.
You can look in your local liquor store and see if they have these things.
And I've had, I think at the Arnold one year, I had part of a Bang.
yeah,
That's my Bang experience.
the Bang booth is notorious
Yeah.
for being.
Yeah. I've never really had one.
I've never got one. I'm also not super into like the energy drink game either.
I've never had a Rain either.
I haven't had a Rain either. I just my caffeine. I'm kind of a coffee cold brew kind of guy.
Me too. I like at least coffee.
Tanner, do you know who else this show was brought to you by today?
Oh, not Bang.
Not Bang,
Yeah.
but the Strength Co.
Oh,
The Strength Co. operates Starting Strength affiliate gyms out of Southern California. They have a staff of experienced Starting Strength coaches that know the best way to develop strength through the barbell movements. Grant, the owner of the Strength Co., is a Marine, and he is passionate about obtaining quality American products and labor for all aspects of his business. The Strength Co. makes premium, made in America barbell equipment, including their machined and E-coated plates. These plates are functional, easy to handle, accurate, and made to last a lifetime. The Strength Co. plates have become the go-to choice for all members at Massenomics Gym. Check out their plates and all their other made-in-America equipment online at thestrengthco.com. That's thestrengthco.com. Tanner, I think that makes a pretty good segue to one of our next talking points.
which one?
We released a little review.
Oh, yes. It
did-
would be. Yes.
We did back-to-back weeks of double video
YouTube
releases
videos.
on YouTube.
Yeah. So we did our
That being,
strength.
that being
Co.
first
Yeah.
the podcast on Sundays,
Yep.
but then also we were hitting them on Thursdays too.
Yeah. We've had back-to-back weeks with the Thursday YouTube releases.
we
had
were
the
doing
gym,
it to them.
Yeah, the gym tour. If you haven't watched our gym tour yet, head over to our YouTube, subscribe, watch the gym tour. And then this last week, we released the Strength Co. plates official Massenomics review. So there again, head over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and watch that video. And we're going to have more videos coming in the future. We don't know exactly what and when and where, but I mean,
We
at the rate
we
it's
have
been
a
going-
list
yeah.
of we have a pretty impressive list of ideas.
We have a really impressive list of ideas right now. But the plate review video turned out really cool.
It did, and that was our first. That's our first time doing like a review like in that style. So it was fun to do. It was a little bit of a learning experience for us.
We learned some things that we think we could do some things better and more efficiently in the future.
Most of the things we learned were for our sake as far as
Right.
production goes.
Right.
I think the end product turned out pretty nice though.
I agree.
I feel like it's almost up there with quality wise as far as the other channels that do this stuff.
It would make me want to buy more Strength Co plates.
It should make people want to buy all the Strength Co plates.
And this leads me into something else. Like we have a sack segment
Oh,
as well. And if you
Oh,
watch
boy.
the Strength Co review, you might notice that we did not have
That
any
we-
10-pound
that we
plates
brushed
in the
over
review.
something.
Yeah, we actually did have a 10-pound plate, but it was a part of our custom 35-pound
Which we
plate.
didn't want to ruin.
So now we've got he sent a couple sets of 10-pounders to
what
us.
a
And,
beauty.
those, and a card too.
They just look so good, Danner. They just look so good.
Yes, and here's the card from Grant.
Grant told us, Merry Christmas. Tanner, do something cool like deadlift 600 pounds. Come on, he knows you're good for more than that, Tanner. Tommy,
Yeah,
have a
undercutting
LaCroix? Thank you, I will have a LaCroix.
Right after we finish this bang.
Right after I get this Bang purple Kittle down.
So we got these 10s from the Strength Co, which 10s do not disappoint. Just as good as the 2.5, 5s, 25s, and 45s, in my opinion. We also got a few more 45s now in the collection too.
Do we?
Yes. So we have an ever-growing collection of the strength
hot
field plate.
damn.
And which is great because these things have actually become like the go-to plate at Massenomics Gym.
You know, some people might think it's just a marketing slogan, but if you've been down to the gym, you would say, damn, those are the go-to plate.
And some of the members, they don't necessarily watch all the YouTube or all the podcasts and stuff with them. Like, you got any more of them go-to plates at all? They've kind of become the go-to.
And the ones
here.
that don't say it just know it because the second someone's done with them, someone else grabs them.
Yeah. They do look great though. Even the 10s, I'm like, I just am a fan of the plates.
Yep. Can't knock anything in the design here.
No. So check out our review. If you want to, then you watch our review and you say, damn, I do need some of those plates. Click the link in the YouTube description and go get you some.
And that's not really a recommendation. I mean, you need to do that.
Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah,
It's
that's an order.
It's a requirement just for life.
That is an order.
So that was nice how that transitioned into another thing that we had, our sack segment.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around this bang tanner. It's like I keep going back and not knowing quite what's going on. It's just
I'm
the
liking it less.
flavor
I think I'm liking it less.
It's so crazy, the flavor. Wow.
A couple other things that, we had our new drop.
Oh.
And we should probably talk about that a little bit,
probably
right?
talk about that.
We had our new, like I say, do I have this chronologically correct? Because this is always confusing no matter what, because we have not actually dropped it to you in real time as we're recording this. That drop hasn't come out. It's coming out tomorrow.
We're what, T-minus 20 hours from the drop?
Yes.
Ish.
And we're excited. We're always a little antsy, like pre-drop, like, oh, how's it going to go? What are people going to like? What are people not going to like?
Is Instagram going to work? Is the website going to work? Is something else not going to work?
Yes.
Because all these things can break and have broken. So.
Yep. So we're excited to get that drop out tomorrow. But as you're hearing this, it's already been released, so you've already seen the new stuff. So we can talk about it freely then, actually. Right, correct. We can talk about the new drop, which was I have to make sure.
Tanner, don't mess it up. No
I
spoilers.
have to make sure.
Here.
Yeah, I know, not because we also have like the next 4 drops in the works and done. So I want to say this one.
Let's start with the banners.
Yeah, okay, the banners. That's a great place to start.
Return of the banners.
Return of the banners. We brought back the curls banner. This is a limited run again. So once those are sold out, they're gone. So if you do want a curls banner,
you got to get on that. And by the time you're hearing this, it could be too late for that thing. Those historically have not lasted long.
Those will probably come around again at some point in time. We're just kind of continuing to occasionally bring those back. The other, maybe even cooler, just because it's newer, is the Crispy Boys banner 2.0. The Crispy Boys banner original was such a hit. People have always continued to ask, when's the Crispy Boys banner coming back?
It was also outlawed.
It was also outlawed, so that exact banner will not ever be coming back. But what we do have for you is the Crispy Boys banner 2.0, which is the same size and dimensions of the original Crispy banners.
Just the cans now have a more Massenomics flair to them.
They do. So what cans does it have on it?
We have the lift shit can. We have the heavy logger can. We have the don't curl in me can. The lift hard, live easy skull can. We also have the Jefferson can.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that 5?
That's 5.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
If you would have kept going, I would have really been working for that 6th one.
Yeah. So that's our banners. Those are really cool. If that banner is popular, we'll probably order more, but we do have a limited run.
And that banner, what's the size on the banner again? Is it 36 by 78?
Yeah. I think it's like 30
or 32.
It's like 30-ish inches tall, maybe 32.
It's like 78 wide, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like 6 feet long.
So it's a really weird. It's a really weird ratio.
It's very big too. It's like very long.
Yeah, when you hang it on the wall.
It's enormous.
It is enormous, and it kind of catches you off guard because it's such an odd shape for a banner.
Yes. Yeah, it's great for room where you've got not that much height, but a whole bunch of length that you can.
And that is why we made it.
That's why we
made it. For those hard to reach spots.
Wall spots. Then we had the new hats that came out, which we would like you to not buy those.
Don't buy our hats. Yeah. Here's some more hats.
Here's some new hats. And it's the varsity hat.
This is our first new hat style in 4 years?
We really wanted to give you something new to not buy. Like for
Just to
up to now,
tangle
it's
it.
just been you're
Like
you're
a
supposed
new
to not-
a new carrot to chase after, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so the varsity. So we have the Massenomics in like there's never been something that says Massenomics on your head more than this thing.
That's true. It screams Massenomics
It literally
on your
screams
head.
Massenomics on your head. Massenomics, huge white puff stitching across the front of the hat. That's on a slight arch.
Yeah.
It says Massenomics. I mean, what more do you need? And that is
yeah,
on the black flex fit, and we also have the black snapback.
The New Era 950 snapback. It's
I'm kind of a
couple hats.
snapback guy. I like that style of snapback a lot. I probably need to have you pull one aside for me before they sell out, because
all these bastards don't listen and
you
start
know in
buying them.
this weather you wear a hat a few times and all of a sudden you got sweat stains on it. You need a new hat.
That's true.
And I'm guessing people listening to this too probably have Massenomics hats with sweat stains, so that's your chance to get in on a new one.
I found I can't really, until I get a haircut, I can't really wear hats.
Are you in
again
that weird in between spot?
It's just like my head's kind of big to begin with, so then like that snapback with my hair, I have to have it on like the last snap.
Oh yeah, you got to have two snaps for a snapback or you're screwed.
Right, and I think I can do it too.
Okay.
But it's not comfortable. It's like because my head's fairly big to begin with, but normally I could wear a hat.
That's what
But
I
with
always,
all my
I'm
hair
pretty sure
now,
on
it
those
doesn't-
snapbacks I have a fairly big head and I have a lot of hair too. I'm pretty
Right.
sure I go on those snapbacks to 2, maybe 3 snaps, but it's still there's not a ton of room there.
And even the flex fit, I kind of have the same problem with my headband sometimes. It wants to like slide up my hair. Like my hair's very straight and like
Just so
smooth,
sleek and
Well, it
shiny.
is like slippery, shiny like
conditioned to
that. So it just
perfection.
like slides up off of my hair.
Yeah. We'll have to get some grippy things to put on there, or a
Really
strap
hold it
to
in
put
place.
a strap
Just
to
sew
hold
it
it
to
down
my
under your
head.
chin.
Yeah. Yeah, chin strap. And then the shirts, the new tees we came out with, the Power Hungry tee.
Power hungry tee on black tee in the mix, but it's a different style for us.
It is. How do you describe the Power Hungry tee?
We got the demon going crazy on food.
Yeah, he's got a big steak that he's ripping into.
Steak, some like a turkey leg,
giant turkey leg
some
drumstick.
pizza,
and
because you got to have the pizza.
he's got like the Massenomics tattoo on the side of his head, and
there's a weight plate in there. He's got
he's
horns.
eating. His plate is a weight plate.
He's got horns coming out of his shoulders.
Yes.
So yeah, that's
certainly different than something we've done before. So excited to see how that one's.
I'm very
turning up.
Yep, really curious to see how that one goes.
And then we have the pinup.
The pinup
tee.
girl.
Yeah, the pinup girl tee, which is on a heather canvas red tee. We've never used this color before. It's kind of a lighter heathered red, or
slightly different than our other red tees.
yeah, it's a little.
We're gonna
bit
just see how many
different
different shades of red we can
Yes,
get going
right.
on our shirts.
And on the front left chest, it's just got the little Massenomics script and like the font that goes with the shirt, and on the back, it's the pinup girl.
We got our pinup girl setting up a pair of crispy cold boys.
Yes. And I think it's pretty cool art.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Massenomics, beers and babes.
What more could you ask for?
That's all you need, right?
That's the dream.
So that's the drop. Hopefully it went really good. I'm excited for it.
Yeah. Hopefully, like we said before, hopefully we've sold out of everything by now, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully, because I mean, let's be honest, I really need that money. I got a lot of bets going on the Olympics here. So
That's true. Table tennis. Do they call it table tennis or ping pong?
I don't remember for sure.
Okay.
Do they call it football or football?
Yeah. That reminds me, Tommy. This show is brought to you by Texas Power Bars.
Oh,
Did you know that?
I do now.
Okay. Buddy Cap started his first.
How did you know that? You just told me. It's an Austin Powers line.
Yeah. Buddy Caps first started lifting weights in the late 60s. He began powerlifting in the mid 70s. At that time, he was working for Image Barbell building gym equipment. Around 1976, a local machine shop started making Olympic bars for them, calling it the Image Bar. In 1977, Image Barbell became Champion Barbell. It was then that Buddy started looking at the bars with an intent of changing them for the better. In 1979, Buddy bought his first lathe to begin addressing the known issues. What do you think were the known issues exactly?
Oh,
He had a list.
Probably easier to make a list of what they actually
If
got
we knew
right.
Buddy,
Yeah.
he had a list of the known issues.
It was a laundry list of issues.
In 1980, his passion, drive, and purpose now had a greater mission. Buddy set out on his own to make what he believed was the greatest bar he'd ever seen and trained with, and the Texas Power Bar was born. It was strong as a house with the best knurling, and it was maintenance-free. Hundreds of state, national, international, world, and Massenomics powerlifting records and skateboard records have been and continue to be set and broken on the Texas Power Bar. To learn more, visit them at texaspowerbars.com.
Tanner, I can't wait for the day we actually have buddy caps on this podcast. And
Hey.
we can really, it's like, go straight to the source.
I've put the feelers out on that. I'll tell you that.
I know. That's why I said I can't wait for the day. Not
yeah.
we need to get this guy. Like, I know we're going to have him on Sunday.
Yeah.
It's just when.
It'll be fun. I know that.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
But now we'll get our guest on the line.
Hello.
Hey, is this Big Mikey?
Oh, yes, it is.
All right. Do you prefer Big Mikey?
Mikey's just fine, but if you want to throw a big on there, that's fine.
We kind of have to. It's a
the way it
formality at
goes.
this time. Yeah. So, Big Mikey, you are on the Massenomics podcast with Tanner and Tommy. How's it going?
Good. How are you guys going?
We're doing great.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, we're excited to get you on here. So it's Mikey O'Brien. I think that's right. Your last name's O'Brien too. We got the full name correct?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, and on just so everyone knows from the get-go, what's your handle on Instagram?
It's Mikey maybe me, as in like it might be me, but it definitely is.
Okay, so Mikey, what? I'm just going to describe for people that don't know who you are yet or haven't seen you before on Instagram. I'm going to describe how and what we saw about you that we thought was really interesting, and it's been even kind of recently. It seems like maybe it's really taken off. We've really seen a lot of your videos that you've been putting out where you combine skateboarding and lifting, like
America's two favorite pastimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you've done some really cool stuff. You've done a great job of combining those two. And it was just so interesting. We thought we had to get you on to talk about it. How long has it been going on for? I mean, how long ago was your first skateboarding lifting video?
Adding the skateboard in was just like the other week ago. That's pretty
Okay.
recent.
Okay.
So that's a new development.
I figured if I can't be the strongest with the weights or the best with the skateboards. Maybe I'm like just good enough on both. I can impress a couple people.
Well, but you don't need to downplay your strength though, because you are strong. Like have you ever done a powerlifting meet?
No, I haven't.
Okay, but you have. I mean, your gym is your gym at your house.
Yeah, in my
Okay.
garage.
So like your gym lifts are big though. You have I don't know for sure what your lifts are, but I mean you have well over a 500-pound deadlift. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of powerlifting, all the strength sports, but I don't know if I'd have the drive to really compete in something. And also because I've competed in wrestling my whole life. Like this is kind of the first time I haven't like been attached to something else. So maybe in the future.
Yeah. So where did you get you've had some other interesting lifting videos prior to this too. You've certainly been doing some wild lift. It's kind of in the same vein as some of it you could say it's kind of a little taste of Jujimufu, or some of it you could say it's a little bit of
Maybe like a Huck Finn thing.
Huck Finn is maybe in there, or who's the WWE wrestler? You'll know the name.
Bugenhagen.
Yeah. What is it? Rick or
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Eric Bugenhagen.
Yeah, Eric. There you go. Yeah.
Currently going by Rick Boogs.
Right. So
Yeah, these are definitely probably my biggest inspiration, Juji and the Boogs.
Okay. And then who would be the other? What about the skateboard? There's kind of one other main skateboard lifting account that we're
Wrecking Ball.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's actually friends with my brother. Is a really big skateboarder.
Okay.
And like they know each other. And I guess I've seen some of his stuff, like doing an ollie with 135 pounds on the back, and that went like viral for him. And then I guess my brother just like tagging him in some of my stuff, and then he started following me, and people seem to put that connection together.
Yeah. So who's stronger, you or him?
I can't say for sure, but I would have to probably give me the hand on that.
Yeah.
But he definitely has better skateboarding.
That's what was going to be my next question. Who's the better skater then at that point? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's got that.
But so do you believe that you have the world record for the heaviest deadlift on a skateboard as far as what you know?
So for now, I'm claiming that for now because I searched around. I found like a 405, but it wasn't. They had mats going on, so it wasn't fully off the ground. Because I think that's the hard part. It's like
It's
a
a deficit.
deficit.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people could beat it, but
I don't know.
And what is your biggest
what's
one
your
then?
record?
for on the skateboard,
Yep.
I did 525.
So do you, because like when you watch the video, like, do you think like, damn, my ankle could just snap right through my leg if I'm not careful here?
I mean, that's another part of it. Like my trucks while I'm doing it are like they're pretty loose. Like I'm sure I could tighten them up and it would be like a lot easier, but I just couldn't bring myself to do that.
Cheating's not
And,
allowed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just be frowned upon. Like if it, so, I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable standing on a skateboard, and I did a lot of warm ups with it, and I was like, all right, like if something goes wrong, I'll just drop it. But everything seems to be working out.
Yeah. how like on that 525 deadlift and like do you feel like you have to lift it really slowly, almost like a tempo lift, like in order to balance? Like I mean the balance has to be the hardest part, right?
Yeah, it's kind of weird because like right now I would say my deadlift strength isn't like anywhere close to like my best or like, but something about being on the board, like my mind is so focused on so many other things. Like, all right, I just landed the trick before it. Like, I don't want to mess this up. I got to make sure the wheels aren't moving. My weight's like right in the middle of my foot. And, like, I'm thinking of so many other things that like it just starts moving. Like, I'm not getting in my head.
Yeah, I think that's the trick. You just gotta like, for people that overthink it, you just gotta give you so many other things to worry about that you can't overthink it now.
You can't really even think about
Yeah,
that.
like I'm overthinking so many other things that like the weight's just got to go moving. Like there's no option. Yeah.
Do you ever worry about, like, I know it's probably hard to do because your feet are on like over the bolts, but like, do you ever worry about your board actually breaking?
Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I wonder what the actual max weight could even be on a skateboard.
Because you watch, like, I used to be into skateboarding when I was younger, and I remember like you would see videos like when people go down like a big set of stairs, it's like they'd pretty much land on bolts and their board would still like explode in half somehow. Like, so it's possible, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure it could break, but also like I wonder if you got like, I don't know, the average size of a skater, maybe like 150-pound guy
Yeah.
flying downstairs, like that's probably a lot of force in itself.
Right.
So
Right.
it'd probably
True.
be wrong.
Right.
So what's the Mikey preferred skateboard?
That would have to be Alien Workshop. That's the company my brother is on. He's sponsored by, so I just get boards from him.
Okay. Who's all does, because like forever was Danny Way on Alien Workshop like way back in the day? Was that, am I remembering that right?
Danny Way. I believe Danny Way was on Plan B.
Okay.
But I could be wrong. I'm not the greatest with the memory on that.
Yeah, it's been long enough that I can't remember who was all on Alien Workshop, but
Yeah.
So your brother's probably a better skater than you, but is he strong as you?
He's not as strong, but I think he could be if he wanted to. I think he's a little more genetically gifted.
So
but
you guys could, there's opportunity to do a double skateboard.
yeah,
deadlift.
like forget like doubles on vert. Like
Yeah.
you guys can do like some doubles like gym lifts.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean like he doesn't lift at all, like no weight training, no anything. And I was in the garage one day doing like a set of front squats with 275. I was just doing like sets of 10, like getting a pump. and he came out there like in his work jeans. He's like 150-pound skater, and he cranked out the same set of 10. And I'm like, geez, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I doing?
And, like front squats aren't the natural one. Like
yeah, I'm like, I feel like it's not normal for just an untrained guy to like a small. Yeah, it's kind of weird, but
damn. So how long have you guys been skating then?
our whole lives. Like, he's older than me by a couple of years, and I just kind of followed his suit, and I branched off a little. Like, he kept going with it. I kind of took a break and focused on wrestling, and then now that that's over, I just kind of jumped back on it and been skating with him again.
Because you clearly got the skills. I mean, you're throwing out like tray flips and hard flips like it's nothing. Like, so yeah, it's it's weird to see a guy that has strength that can also skateboard, because I feel like that's not what you typically see.
Yeah, I think I mean, I was pretty good like when I was really young, like when I was like 10 and 11. Like, I would say I was like really good for my age, and then I kind of stopped a little after that. And then when I picked it back up, I'm kind of maintaining that level, and now maybe a little better now. But yeah, that's definitely the draw, I guess, because the skaters watch it, they can't understand the lifting, and then the lifters watch it, they can't understand the skating.
Well, and the comparison again to the Wecking ball. So he had, I think, the video that really went viral for him, like you said, was the one where he had 135 on his back, and he does what?
I think he just ollies.
Just does an ollie,
yeah,
right?
he does an ollie with it.
And you know, I would be the first to say I would fall over if I look at a skateboard, but he didn't make it look easy. Like it was challenging for him to do that ollie with the 135. I've seen you do stuff that's quite a bit crazier than that.
Because you have a kickflip with 135, don't you?
Yeah, I just did the kickflip the other day with that. That's probably it doesn't look the craziest, but that was probably the hardest and scariest thing for me.
Oh, is that a one try thing, or did that take a few tries?
No, that was like, so I warmed up at the bar, and just doing the bar and a kickflip, like my brain is like in two different spots. Like, I gotta kind of like totally unfocus the bar and just look at my feet. But I just made like super little jumps, like 5-pound increments, like over and over and over.
Okay.
Until like eventually I was at the 135, and that one probably took like 10 tries to land it clean. I kept landing a couple sketchy lands, almost blowouts.
It makes sense that's how you'd progress it though.
Yeah.
But like I hadn't really thought of that. Like like you would start off with like you're not just gonna throw 135 on and be like, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because like if I'm squatting, I'll throw a 135 on, of course.
Right.
But like, I don't know with that. I think if I threw 135 on, there's no way I'd be able to do it. I was like percentage base warming up.
Right. That is funny to think.
Well,
about.
I mean, you're maxing out.
That's what I mean. Like that's a max out. Like you would just throw on your max, right? Right.
Yeah.
So
I might have been able to get a couple more pounds, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
for now,
135 achieves the look. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if it's not a plate, like it's not going to really make a difference to people that.
Well, but what I'm getting at there is you've kind of got what we've determined as the world record deadlift on the skateboard, but also your other stuff. I think you've kind of passed him up. The students become the teacher, or the teachers become the students, so to speak. Don't you think? Like it seems like you can do a little bit more with the lifting and the skateboarding now than he can.
With WEC?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe, but yeah, maybe on the board lift a little more, but yeah, he's still got the skating probably by a good margin. So
yeah, well, that's fair.
Yeah, he can have that title.
Okay. What's the hardest thing you've done then? Is it the 135 kickflip on your back, or what's the hardest out of all of them that you've tried?
So that one was probably. That one is more like, it's not hard like physically, it's like more scary, and like I'm just trying to be really technical, so like I'm not slipping out with weight on my back. But I'd say the hardest physically might be like the first one I ever did with the I call it the triple decker bus lift, with the straight bar deadlift, safety bar in the back, and then the weighted dip.
Yeah,
dip belt.
Yeah.
Because like I've done a lot more with the trap bar than that. I think that one was only like 550 total weight, but something about like the straight bar and the plate in between your waist, like the plate's banging against the bar and you got to kind of half curl it over it, and that one might have been the physically hardest.
That is one that looks pretty ridiculous too when
Yeah.
you look at it, because there's a lot going on there.
Well, it's hard to even like think in your head what that weight feels like, because it's like hanging in all, you're feeling the weight in all the different areas at the same time.
Yeah,
it's hard to even
it's
like put
really
your-
strange.
Yeah.
Like,
It's hard to wrap your mind around that.
Recently, I've been trying to load like any possible way I could load myself up to lift 1,000 pounds, and that hasn't been going well. I had like 400. I had like 400 pounds hanging off of the chain around my waist, and it's like once you stand up with that, like trying to waddle around with that feels like you're getting pulled to the earth.
Because is it basically just like a dip belt you have that on?
Yeah, it's like but I kind of had to customize it because the chain snapped.
Okay, yeah.
So I have like a thick like 10-pound chain on, so I'm counting that in the weight too. But
Yeah. So what do you have planned? Like, do you have anything planned that you're going to try next? Anything in the works?
I got a couple ideas, but I found out it's kind of like the first idea is the one that will go popular. Like even if I beat it with weight, it's kind of just like the first one that people are like, "Whoa, what's going on there?"
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been thinking a couple things with like backflip or something. I was thinking like maybe if I can hit like a backflip one-handed football catch over a bar into a one-handed deadlift. I think that's my next goal.
That's a pretty good one. That is a good one.
I think that's good.
Yeah, hopefully no one steals that first. But.
Yeah.
Well,
now the talk is
the number of people that listen to this that can do backflips is very, very limited. So.
Yes. Yeah. I don't like. It's not everyone's listening and racing to their.
That's the idea. I got it.
Getting their little sister to throw them footballs over there.
And quite honestly, it's coming up with ideas isn't the hard part here. It's like the execution of any of these that's the difference maker. No, that'd be cool. We'll be excited to watch some of that to see how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, some of these reps, like the warm up and like the walkouts are just like, it's just like not right. Like it feels like you're not doing something right.
Yeah.
Like by the time I wrap up the dip belt, I'm waddling, stepping over the bar backwards, and it's like a 2-minute rep. Like the video will be like 4 minutes long, and my heart rate's at like 180. I did one rep. Yeah, so it's not the easiest thing to warm up for.
Do you think there's a way for you to incorporate a skateboard and the Jefferson deadlift together?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Good.
I was messing around with it the other day. Like, I was also messing with Zerchers on the board, but that totally doesn't work. Because like something about, I was doing it like bringing it to your knees first and then shooting like your arms under, you know?
Yeah, right.
And something about once the weight of the bar is on your knees and only your feet are supporting, like there's like a fulcrum and your feet just shoot right out, so that doesn't work. But yeah, I was messing around with the Jefferson. The board is like a little small, so it's like tight. Like,
it would. Yeah,
you can't stand that wide. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe if I had a longboard or something.
Right. That would be key.
I didn't think about that part of it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get new equipment just to be able to facilitate more of these things.
Yeah, heavy duty longboards.
The equipped Jefferson lift.
Yeah. Yes. Big Mikey, we've got a little game that we like to play with every guest. It's called Overrated, Underrated, and we've got a special set of topics for you. And if you're down to play, we'll get rolling. The only thing you got to remember is that you do have to decide on overrated or underrated on each one. You can't ride the line.
All right, for sure. I'm ready.
All right, great. Topic number 1, overrated or underrated. Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
See, that definitely gets respect, but I guess I'll just have to say underrated because the level I would put the pedestal I would put that on would probably be so high that it's just got to be underrated.
What is your best Tony Hawk Pro Skater game? What number?
Out of the originals, maybe 2 or 3, but I've been playing the remake of 1 and 2, like the remastered, and I'm pretty good at that.
I have not hit the remasters.
Yeah, very nice. It's very nice.
So underrated on THPS.
Yeah, I'd say underrated.
Okay.
Could get more.
Okay. All right. Overrated or underrated? The hack deadlift.
Oh, that's highly underrated.
And for anyone that doesn't know, it's the behind the back deadlift.
Yeah, I think that I would have to put that possibly my favorite lift. Something about like everyone claims it's blowing your back out, but like I swear you can bend over as hard as you can. Something about that weight being in the back. It's like once you find the form, it's like it's the ultimate lift.
Can you lift more through a hack deadlift than you could a regular any other form of deadlift? Or
Oh yeah, much more on the hack.
Really?
I was yeah. So I can like I guess I'm maybe like quad dominant, and I can really like grind off the floor with the hack one. Like yeah, I think I could get an 800-pound hack deadlift.
jeez, damn.
Yeah, that's a big number.
Yeah. Okay, overrated or underrated Thrasher?
Thrasher, see, this is a weird one because Thrasher is sweet, but like a lot of people just use like their shirts or their symbols and stuff like what they actually do, like putting their video parts out and like showing skaters is cool, but I think people who shouldn't be wearing their stuff are wearing it a little too often, maybe. But maybe overrated for the general population for what they think it is.
Yeah. I feel like that is a hard one because I mean like they do a ton for the skate
Yeah,
community.
I think it's sweet, but the way I guess most people are looking at it is
They got their Thrasher shirt at Zoomies and they're rocking.
Yeah, on the boardwalk that's screen printed on.
Yeah.
Okay. We know you were a wrestler, a college wrestler.
Yeah.
Overrated or underrated headlocks?
Headlocks?
Yeah.
That had to be underrated because I feel like everyone does that. Everyone's doing that as a kid. Like that's the best
It's
move.
the go-to,
start
right?
out.
Yeah, I was like, I'll get you to headlock. You're
Yeah, but
screwed.
then everyone starts telling you, oh, it doesn't work. It's not going to work when you're older. But really, if you get a nice enough setup and you crack that, I mean, that's the end of the match.
There's a reason it debilitates you when you're a little kid. It's still like a little bit like it's still kind of like
Yeah, I mean, it might be a little harder to get, but once you get it, it's still the ultimate big brother move.
Yeah, it is the ultimate big brother move. All right, great news, Mikey. You passed overrated, underrated. We can safely say you really passed today. You won.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what score I passed with, or is this just pass fail?
Well,
the actual score, to get technical, is 2 cool beans. It is a pass fail. You either get the cool beans or you don't. So yeah, you get the 2. Your official score is 2 cool beans to the positive.
All right, cool. I'll take that.
One other thing I was thinking before we wrap it up. Do you follow Big SC Boy at all?
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah. Talk about some crazy skateboarding, especially from just his size.
That's
that
like the
seems
most
so
awkward
abnormal.
body type you'll ever see on a board.
Yeah, I first saw him do that little heel flip, which like got him back into it, I guess. And that's the last person I would expect to be on a board, but I think it's sweet.
Yeah.
And the balls that when he dropped in on that, I don't know how big that.
Tony Hawk's vert ran.
Yeah. Oh
Dude,
my
yeah.
God.
That fall was brutal though. Like a guy like that hitting the ground.
That was scary to watch because you can just tell he's just not leaning his weight right. But he went for it, so you got to commend him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that takes balls.
Oh God.
To stand at the top of that and do that.
Got to give you like some PTSD, like seeing a ramp ever again.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So where shoot out your handle and anywhere else anyone should find you. Do you use TikTok too? I guess that's the other thing. We usually are on Instagram, so that's what we watch, but maybe you're putting this out on TikTok too.
No, I don't use TikTok.
Good choice.
Yeah. Instagram gets it done for me. Instagram handle is Mikey Maybe Me. And I have a YouTube too, which is pretty much just the same, just like shorts and lists, or like I put like a training compilation together. I like editing those, but that's just Mikey O'Brien.
Okay.
But yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Is there anyone out there that you really would like to, if you got a follow from, you'd be like, oh shit, yeah, that's awesome. But I mean, you're like, I think Bugenhagen and some of those other Bud Jeffries. I don't know if you know who Bud Jeffries is, but we saw he's following you too. Yeah.
Yeah, he followed me from the first video, the triple decker.
Okay.
And that's a guy that like has a thing for a knack for crazy lifts.
Right.
Yeah, it's cool because like all the people like that I think are I like the most, like some of them have followed me. I guess the one would be Juji Mufu. That would be cool to get his, but
yeah,
Bugenhagen, Martins Lisi's followed me.
Yeah, we saw that
That's
too.
a big one.
Yeah.
Romark, his cameraman, that was cool. Bud Jeffries.
Yeah, you're getting the respect.
Yeah. Building that list.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So did you, is there, oh yeah, you said Juji, okay, would be the one. Yep, gotcha. Okay. No, that's cool. Yeah. And you said one more time, it's Mikey, maybe
me, yeah. Mikey, maybe me.
Okay, Mikey, maybe me on Instagram. Awesome. Well, we appreciate it. That's good stuff.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Mikey.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, Tanner, time to dish out those beans.
We already said it, so.
Cool beans. Cool beans.
There they are.
He got the
served
cool
up
beans.
cold.
Usually they don't know ahead of time about the cool beans, but he did ask.
He was an inquiring
Yeah,
mind.
he did ask, to be fair. That is cool beans.
That is.
I'm excited to see what else he does. I'm interested by that. Like, I mean, we even had the conversation. Sometimes when people do the wacky lifting stuff at this point, I'm like, okay, I get it.
Or like it's just like those have literally been done before.
Right.
Like, people like that's just been done over and over. It's
but with him, like when he like does the thing where he's deadlifting 500 and some pounds on the skateboard, I'm like, damn, that is nuts.
That's uncharted territory.
That is nuts.
Sure. Also, this 800-pound hack deadlift has got me interested.
Have you ever tried a hack deadlift?
No.
Obviously, we're the Jefferson Deadlift guys.
It always looked like the most awkward lift ever to me.
And it is like what he said, where it's like, that looks dangerous because of the way you have to bend over. But I've never tried one.
I haven't either.
And I guess we would be a little bit of hypocritical though if we're the Jefferson Deadlift guys and we're like, you can't do a hack deadlift.
Yeah, you can't. You got to pick one or the other, right?
That's true.
I mean, from our point of view, you get one or the other. Other people can have both.
Yeah, there is and always only ever will be one true deadlift, and
yeah, we have to draw the
the
line
Jefferson
somewhere.
Deadlift.
Yeah.
So I'll be excited for that Jefferson Deadlift that he pulls out on the skateboard.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that thing.
Yeah. All right, that's cool.
Oh, we got an ad to read right over here, Tanner.
Do you want to do it to him?
Oh, I would love to.
Okay.
Let me get my ad machine loaded up here.
Do it to him real good.
Bada bing, bada boom. Today's show is brought to you by SPUD Inc. and the One Ply Elbow Sleeves. Have you ever heard of those, Tanner?
I have those, I think.
I have those too.
Yeah.
The SPUD Inc. elbow sleeves are designed for lifters. All right, you're talking my language.
Sign me up.
Made from a breathable nylon that won't get smelly like your old neoprene sleeves. Yep, know how that goes. And with the same innovative loops as their top-selling knee sleeves, these elbow sleeves are a must-have for anyone who likes to train heavy. Available in about 6 different sizes. You know, they got one that's going to fit
size for everyone, it sounds like.
Absolutely. And also, if you're curious about these, you can really dig through the Massenomics archives. There is a video somewhere about them.
That's true.
It's deep.
That's true.
It's in the archives, but we have reviewed these things way back in the day.
That's a good point.
And when I say reviewed them, I mean we just have some videos.
I think there's an article.
Yeah, that's
there's a written review.
Yeah. There we go. Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Damn, I forgot about that. You can check out the SPUD Inc. One Ply elbow sleeves online at spud-inc-straps.com.
Good stuff. Thank you, Spudding. Tommy, did you see that the Eddie and Thor fight is no longer on?
I have seen that, yes.
Eddie tore his bicep throwing a punch in sparring, which to me, when I first heard that, I'm like, that seems crazy. But I did see some people say that like when you box with like incorrect form and stuff, like that is kind of something that can happen. And I don't remember the reasoning or if it was just haters.
So it's
spewing
not
garbage,
like a total freak accident.
Kind of no. Like it's kind of is something that happens when
because you're pretty deep in the boxing world now, right?
Oh,
Tanner?
I know. I am basically a boxing expert at this point.
Like once you saw that there was the Evan Cardone, Garrett Fear undercard, you've just been really.
I really got into. That's what really got me into it. We made that meme, and I think a lot of people didn't pick up on.
I think most people didn't because it was so subtle.
Yeah.
What we're talking about is Tanner took the poster, and whoever the middle.
It would be like Josh Bridges and somebody else.
Tanner Tanner changed the faces and put Cardone Fear, and for sure half the people that saw that did not pick up on that.
Well, someone even said like, "Oh, I got my tickets." Matt Vincent had said that. And I'm like, I don't think he actually noticed the.
Yeah. Oh, and to be fair, it was really subtle.
It was subtle,
and there's a lot of text on that poster. But
that's
the
why
funny
it was
part
beautiful.
Of it.
That's what was beautiful about that was how subtle it was.
Yeah.
But so Eddie will not be fighting Thor now. The way I understand it, they're still trying to go on with the fights and find someone different for Thor to fight. Some people, like, it's obviously your mind goes to it, the Mariusz Pudzianowski thing. If they could figure out a way to make that happen.
Which for strongman fans, strength sport fans, that would be sweet.
Yeah. Like, as far as I'm concerned.
Age gap, though. How old is...
I think Mariusz must have been fairly young when he did it, but yeah, when he was he's got to be 20 years older than him almost.
You would think,
because
he's got to be like at least in his mid 40s, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's got to be at least 15 years older. I think Mariusz would have to be getting close to 50, right? Because Thor's 30 something, and I would just believe that Mariusz is about 15 years older.
It's just the hardest name to spell out ever. Really? He's only 44 years old.
Okay.
I would have guessed closer to 50.
I mean, there may be like a 10-year age gap tops.
Yeah.
Or,
well, if we had to look.
Because I was thinking half Thor's about, I don't know, like your age maybe? Or maybe mine.
Half Thor Bjornsson is 32 years old.
Okay.
Same age as me.
Yep.
We also have a very similar physical build, too, so it
That's
makes
true.
sense.
That's true. Sometimes it's hard to recognize the difference. Like,
just the accent. You wait for one of them to talk, and you're like, okay, yep, that's the other one. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting just to see who they fight. And also, it's kind of like the whole thing. I'm like, I was just excited for it to be over.
The dog and pony
kind
show
of, honestly,
of it is
like I was like
getting another level of complexity to it.
Right. Where I'm like, oh God, now are these two like? I just want it to be over between these two.
Oh yeah, so like now
it's not over.
Yeah, is it going to get scheduled again a year and a half out, and it's another? Yeah, that will be the real question. What do they do with this? Because they're both like, well, we got too much money sitting here for us to pass this opportunity up.
Right.
I mean, they made the fake beef 2 years ago now.
Right.
All this going on.
Right. With everything going on.
Yeah. Yeah, they made it this far, and now to have this happen, yeah, they have to schedule a fight at some point, you would think.
Right. That's kind of depressing to me that it'll continue to be a thing for so long. But I suppose it would have just been the rematch anyways.
Yeah, true, yeah. Now this just puts the rematch out another couple years.
That's true,
right?
yeah. It extends the whole thing.
And if they split that one, then there's the grudge match to really settle it, right?
That's true.
So we're really buckling in for like 5 years
of this thing.
It's like the early 2020s are going to be consumed by.
Honestly, like I think that this is. I don't know. Who am I to judge? But I could see the whole thing fizzling and not too. After a while, like people, I think are going to get their fix of the
novelty thing.
Of like the celebrity boxing
thing.
Yeah,
that wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. But only time will tell.
They'll move on to something else, celebrity tennis matches or something.
Yeah. The other thing in strongman news was that at Giants Live, Iron Bibby broke the axle clean and press record. He did, I think it was a 217 kilogram axle. It's like 479 pounds. I actually did write it down so I could even just check. instead of guessing. But 217 kilograms, 479 pounds.
Okay.
And we watched the video here again, and
The press part is so easy.
it actually looks weird how easy that part of it is.
Like
where
he
it's
definitely has to work for the clean a little bit. Like
Yeah.
the clean is not not like a breeze.
Then like
for
the
him.
press is like he doesn't even, you'd think most people
he
after
doesn't even, like,
cleaning it,
set
they'd
up
be like,
for it. Like,
okay, now let's get this
Yeah.
right. He's just like wherever,
like,
whatever weird place his
Yeah.
arms are
This
in. he's
damn
just like,
thing's
"Yeah."
on my chest. Let's
Yeah.
get it off of here.
And then he's just like, whoop, and it's
Yep.
just a strict press.
It is. So how does that guy not have 500 plus in there, right?
I think he's probably done stuff like that in training even
Yeah.
before, so it would probably just be a matter of time.
Yeah, watching that though, it seems like the limiting factor is the clean right now.
Yeah, and Iron Bibby is huge.
It's
I saw
really
something they
big.
measured his arm
Yeah.
because his upper arms are weird. Like they are weirdly large.
I mean, the whole guy is
Yeah,
weirdly
he
large.
is weirdly large, but his upper arms almost look like they look very, very cartoonish in a weird way. And like I think they said they measured either like 26 or 27 inches around or
Oh,
something like that.
really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
And there was something Colin Bryce was measuring them, and they're like, I don't know, 27 inches, give or take an inch.
What was that? Some weird English measurement, like
No, and it was funny.
centimeters or stone or
You could
something?
hear him talk. He's like, no, do it in inches,
Damn. Yeah, those are some big arms.
Yeah.
Really big arms.
Insane. He looks weird. He's so big like that. He looks odd.
Yeah, that's the price you got to pay if you want to be able to strict press 500 pounds, I guess, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. I think that was a long time coming for him to break it, though.
That's what it seems like. He's been in the discussion for log press and strict press records forever now, it feels like.
Yeah. That was our strongman news for the week then. Got a little strongman in on this one.
We're really hitting all of them.
We hit the skateboarding world. This is probably the deepest we've dived.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Deep dive and over here.
Now I'm actually getting torn. Are we diving deep, or are we do we go up to 10,000, or do we dive deep?
Are we below the surface or
Yeah,
up high in the clouds?
right.
I don't know. But we looked at skateboarding. We looked at Olympic lifting. We kind of talked powerlifting. We talked strongman.
Yep.
We talked boxing. We talked it all.
Yeah.
God, the amount of sports we cover in this show too.
We're like a sports center. We're like the center for sports. I think there's something there.
There could be. We should look into that. We're on to something.
Yeah. Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Hey, that's kind of catchy.
Yeah. I hope that's not taken yet. Hope that copyright doesn't pick up on that. All right. Today's show, Tommy, I did want to tell you about one other sponsor that we had for this show. It's brought to you by Fusion Sport Performance Supplements. Do you know what's in your supplements?
Yes.
Okay. Good. That may mean you use Fusion Sports Performance Supplements, because if you do, you'll always know what's in your supplements. Fusion SP prides itself on being fully transparent, never using proprietary blends, and always providing its customers with top quality products. Actually, a guy in one of the gym members the other day was asking me
Where he can
about
get some top
he's
quality
asking me about
products.
supplements, and he goes, "Hey, you guys have a sponsor for the podcast, right? Supplements." I'm like, "Yeah, it's fusionsp.net is where you'll find that, and you can use discount code MASS, and it'll save you a huge 20% off on your order." And he goes, "Okay, that's the ad." But no,
Okay, now can you just talk to me?
Can you be a human being and not do your podcast thing?
And you said, thank you for listening. Thank you to our
You can follow us
sponsors.
on Instagram at Massenomics, and you'd be like, I go to your gym.
I just asked you a question, dude.
Nobody's asking about pre-workout, and I said, yeah, they got the two options. They've got the Mad Titan and the Super Soldier. And I told them the Mad Titan is not for me. That is too intense for me. There's a little bit too much stimulation in that one. But if that's what you're into, I do know some guys that's more up their alley of what they want. So that's for you. I said, if not, if you're more like me, the Super Soldier pre-workout would be your go-to choice. Mm-hmm. And then I also hit him again with, make sure to use discount code MASS to save a huge 20%. And he said, stop doing that again, please.
Again, I have to repeat myself.
Yes. So that's at fusionsp.net. Get their whey protein. They got favorite number one selling flavor is chocolate of some sort. And then they got the healing factor post-workout also. So get over to fusionsp.net and get those. Use code MASS, MASS. So we had our drop. That was the big thing. Again, to touch on the drop, make sure to go to our site and snag those items, right?
Yeah, buy them up.
Especially hats and banners. If there's anything left by this point, it's probably not going to be there long. So this would be your last call for alcohol on those. And hopefully the shirts are all sold out too. That'd
cool.
even be better.
That'd be cool.
So stay tuned on that. We've also got other stuff we didn't even get to this week. So next week,
Guess you'll have to tune in next week.
I guess we'll have to do another one next
You know
week.
what to say, if you don't get it in the first 278 tries, you'll get it on the 279th.
That is what they say. Wouldn't it be funny if that was a saying?
That is the saying.
Okay.
It's definitely the saying.
Like us on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. Really
Yeah.
do subscribe on YouTube. If you're a listener to this and you never have subscribed on YouTube, get over to our YouTube channel. We are going to continue to pump out new cool stuff on there. So subscribe and ring the bell. Get in on the race for first comment. That is absolutely insane at this point.
That's not an understatement either.
Yeah,
It is
like the
absolutely
first
insane.
comment race has just gotten wild. It's become a monster. So good luck. Like, try to make the top 10. I dare you. That's an accomplishment at this point, let alone winning. Winning is just like a fluke at this point.
It is. Like, YouTube's like, I don't know. We got to give it to someone.
There's being like 5-way ties down to the second.
Like, we're trying to spend all of this research and development doing machine learning to recommend videos, and we have to try and figure out who has the first comment here. It's
Like,
using up all of our
priorities.
resources.
Give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Do we have any time for reviews?
Oh, there's always time for reviews.
I had a couple of reviews ready as long as we're talking about it here. So review number 1 is 5 stars, which is good. And this is from Jen with 1 N. She says, listening to this podcast is like getting a key that gains you access to the largest inside joke in the lifting world. The Mr. Rogers and Bob Ross, like soothing voices of Tommy and Tanner, are a warm hug from your grandma that will have you coming back for more every week. So go ahead, push play, and join in the laughs with these two guys from Western Northeast South Dakota. You won't be disappointed. 5 stars.
Oh, that's very well written.
Yes. Next one is from Big Beck. His title is, What is This? My boyfriend is always listening to this podcast that sounds like it's hosted by Bob's Burgers. He keeps giving me crappy sparkling water and telling me to guess the flavor. Keeps asking me if things are over or underrated and tell me if I can have my druthers, and I have no idea what it means. Yes, very good. Last one for today, 5 stars from Mr. Schnoot. He says, what exactly are druthers? Is Western Northeast South Dakota actually a place? Does Dan Bell have the most adorable laugh in all of powerlifting? If you have found yourself asking these questions, then look no further. This podcast likely won't answer any of them, but boy, is it piping hot. Part lifting podcast about nothing, part fever dream. Massenomics is the 4.5 JD Power and Associates, extremely medium-sized podcast you've been looking for. If you've come to learn something about absolutely nothing, you've come to the wrong place. I like that. If you've come to learn nothing, or if you've come to learn something about absolutely nothing, you've come to the wrong place.
I also like the fever dream part.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, like you're just all sweaty and you're not sure what's
It's a
happening.
fever
And it's
dream.
just, that's Massenomics.
Yeah. A lot of good Massenomics references in that
Yeah,
one.
those are all really good reviews.
And then you can sign up to become a supporting member.
I would even
on our
say they
website.
brought the heat on those things.
They came locked and loaded. I know that.
They did that.
They came locked and loaded. Absolutely. Tommy, where do they find you on Instagram?
You can find me at Tomahawk_D.
You can find me at Tanner_Bear. Just make sure to follow us at Massenomics. Also on TikTok.
And YouTube.
Yes, and YouTube.
See ya.